Liza again, coming to you from Ocean Shores on Thursday morning, the day of the Scorpio Full Moon that's coming up tonight. So I'm going to, haven't done this yet this morning, so I'm going to just do this with you on camera. My name is Eliza. Right here, right now, in this vessel I inhabit, I am willing to use my vessel to pass on clear and concise, appropriate, beneficial information for the collective consciousness. I'm willing to have beings that have positive intentions and appropriate information to share with us, speak through me, speak with me, pass information on. May I be a clear, clean, concise channel. Please allow me now, I am asking for support from the beings who guide me, to assist me to pass on this information as cleanly and clearly as I can. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Passing much gratitude and reverence out to the original custodians of this land, the Indigenous people of Australia. Really grateful for the way that you have protected and looked after and looked over and preserved this incredible country. May we all continue to learn from you. And may the wisdom that you have understood around how to live in a symbiotic relationship with the planet, a harmonious relationship with the planet, be shared and understood by all so that we can all move into a more harmonious, respectful, reverent, beautiful appreciation and support. Thank you of all those in the nature kingdom and the planet Earth. Okay, inviting any spirits who wish to speak with you today to come and be with me. Passing on the information, thank you. Wonderful, okay. I've got a bunch of beings here who are reminding me not to take it so seriously. So I really appreciate that. I'm wondering how you are, how you're moving through these times. You may have noticed this week, I certainly know it is being relevant in my experience and in the experience I'm noticing with other people around me, clients, family, friends, etc. That we are continuing to have this beautiful purging of that which is old. The old patterns are playing out in what I'm noticing to be actually more of a bit of an extreme kind of a way to really highlight to us the person that we no longer want to be, the behaviors we no longer want to continue playing out, and essentially where our energy has been going, where it has been leaking to, that can now be returned. Those cords can be cut and the energy can be returned to us now so that we can be more effective in contributing to the new world and the new earth that we are co-creating together. So I'm definitely noticing that, yeah, with the power and the potency of this Scorpio moon, some of the old shadowy habits and behaviors are coming up, certainly in me, some of the judgments of self, and also, as I said, really, really highlighting for me in my week, both in my own experience and with others, really highlighting for me the need to really continue taking time to contemplate my choices, to contemplate where, when, who, why I give my energy, I use my energy, how do I contribute, what am I contributing my time to? For the last few months, really, I've been contributing my time to, let's just say, I want to say kind of like, I'm going to say a project, let's just say, or I don't know, kind of a body of work that I haven't necessarily felt really aligned with, and I've just been doing it anyway. I've kind of just been running on that old program, that old paradigm, and I noticed that as I begun to release that, some of the old fears came up around how to survive, and I'm really grateful that that's come up, particularly again with this Scorpio full moon, because I can feel that this energy is just moving from my sacral, moving up through my solar plexus to allow for more of my creative juices and my creative life force to come up and filtered out through my heart space. So I too am, purging, removing some blocks and really being very diligent and really putting time aside, even though I feel very busy, putting time aside to consciously contemplate. I'm not going to say think, because I'm really, sending you a little bit of a caution here around overstimulating the mind. That's not really going to be that effective, because what needs to happen, what I'm noticing is being called for, is contemplating who you are, who you want to share, what you want to share, how you want to be of service to the new world from your heart space, and allowing some of those old ways and old identifying features and qualities to be burned and purged again, particularly tonight with the full moon. If you see this in time or over the next couple of days, do a lot of purging, do some gentle kundalini work if you're aware of what that is, and you can self-direct that practice. Do some sexual body work, some sacral chakra work, some emotional intelligence building. If you need any support with that one-on-one, give me a message and I'm happy to share some more information around that. So interestingly enough, the other thing that I'm noticing and that, the spirits and I are kind of experiencing and have been discussing a little bit as well, is that, on the other side of this kind of letting go of the old identifying template, I want to say, like the template of who I am, what do I do, how do I contribute, how am I seen in the world by others, particularly through social media and, through the devices, how am I seen by others? And how do I want to be seen? And where do I have fear around that? And how have I been limiting myself from being seen? How have I been stopping myself from truly, I kind of want to say, shining my unique light, which sounds a little bit airy-fairy. So I'm going to reframe that for you. Instead of shining my unique light, what I'm going to say is expressing my unique opinion, sharing my unique perspective of the world. Yeah, sharing my unique understanding that I've gathered over many lifetimes. Yeah, just sharing yourself, that's all. It doesn't have to be a great big offering that can heal the world. It's just communicating, sharing your experience, that's all. Your experience, your perspective, your perceptions of the world and what's going on right now. Sharing them again from a heart space, not an ego space, that's old world, not a space that wants validation or wants money or wants to be liked in return for your sharing. Just a place that wants to allow the perspective and the information and the wisdom to come through the vessel out into the world through the heart space. It can be received however it is received, not up to you how it's received, but it is up to you how you allow the energy of source or the inspiration of source to come through your vessel and be expressed through your voice, your expression, your body, yeah? So I'm noticing on the other end of this is, as we reshape our identity, I notice this calling coming up from a lot of people, including myself, to go into ancestry like I never have before. Now, I'm not talking about ancestral exploration that is done in order to release attachments. I'm not talking about ancestral exploration or healing that is done in order to heal the ancestral line or the bloodline of trauma. I'm not talking about that. That has been done for many, 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 many years. I've been doing that work for many years with others. I know you've probably been doing that work for many years as well. That's not what's being called for now. That actually closed off not that long ago, but we completed many of those tasks. Many of the bloodlines have been healed now, and what is now available to us, particularly to those of you who have already done a lot of the work as far as coming to understand yourself, illuminating your shadow spaces, bringing that which was unconscious into conscious awareness and integrating and embodying that knowledge into your physical being, meaning that you have upgraded in a graceful way, your understanding, progressed in your evolutionary expansion in a graceful, integrated, embodied, actualized way. Those of you who have done that work, you may have noticed a calling has come to unlock the wisdom in your DNA, to explore your ancestry in order to unlock the wisdom and the codes that it's ready now. The world is ready for this to come back. You're ready to bring this up out of your inner knowing, to sit with your deep inner knowing, to sit with your guides and call in your ancestors and ask them to pass on the information that is relevant for you to know right now as you contribute to the new earth. Now again, if you want any help communicating with your ancestors or getting really clear pathways of communication between them, please let me know. I'm happy to help you with that. I'm personally really excited about uncovering that. For me, as a starseed being and one who is 85% starseed and only 15% human, I've kind of not really cared about understanding my ancestry up until a couple of weeks ago. I've not really been that interested. What I've been more interested in is unlocking my cosmic connection, understanding myself as a universal being, understanding myself as a soul, cultivating, healing current life trauma, gaining past life information in order to feed into me being a greater service in the moment. But what I haven't done is really taken a great concentrated interest in unlocking that which is already stored in my DNA. It's like I want information from above all the time, and I'm happy to receive information from the earth. But there's like a shitload of resources and knowledge and information that's actually inside of me. So I'm really excited to begin exploring that. And yeah, if you're feeling the call, that I'm certainly, we are being encouraged to do that now. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so once again, because I'm doing this filming just on my own, I'm just going to check that it's still going. So before I do some channeling, excuse me, doing that. Okay. All right, we're still on. Cool. Okay, so let's see what they have to say today. I think they're going to show me some images to share with you. So we'll just see. We might not have channeling today. Okay. Okay. I've been flooded with a really kind, gentle love, but it's interesting because as they show it to me and pour it into me, it is coming out like pink water. And as the water flows down from above, really, it's sort of flowing down my pranic tube, it's meeting the fire in my solar plexus. And I recognize that this fire has come up from my sacral, from my root as well, from my kundalini. This fire has awakened in me. And earlier today, I felt it as anger. I felt it as frustration. And I've been feeling this build a little bit, building up to this Scorpio moon. And this morning I really had some things to express that were making me angry. And so I did that, with screaming and some shaking and stuff. But what they're really showing me and telling me in this moment is that our fire and our anger is a really positive force. It's time to reframe anger now, to understand that anger is passion, is fuel, is fire, is action, is productivity, is motivation, is energy, is determination, is solidarity, is loyalty. Your anger is fuel that can be used to, I want to say, energize that which needs more energy. Illuminate that which needs more power, using your fire, using your anger, using even your frustration or your annoyance or your just fucking feeling of being really pissed off with the system or with a person or with something that's going on right now around you. Being pissed off about that is okay. Don't use that pissed off energy or that angry energy to project judgments and negativity out from you, though. Use the anger and the frustration and that raw, potent energy that is actually coming from your kundalini right now, because it's wanting to unlock and it's pushing the frustration out of you, out from your emotional body, out through the solar plexus, and it wants you to express it in action. So, yelling, screaming, dancing, hitting pillows if you need to, doing some boxing exercise, doing some really physical activity, stomping up and down, moving this energy through your body, knowing and choosing as you move it through your body to reframe it into positive power. Not the kind of power that wants to make you wrong, not the kind of power that wants to make that person small or shut that group down because you don't agree. The kind of power that allows you to stand firm and strong and energized in your choices. To stand next to your choices, to stand strong in the fire of your choices, and to let that fire burn without apology. If someone gets too close to your fire, that is their choice. They may get burned by you, but you have simply held yourself in your empowerment. You have sat and stood comfortably in the knowing that your fire is not negative. Your fire is not being projected out in a negative way, but it is burning bright because it is burning away the old shit. It is scorching the old world. It is like moving through like wildfire now to burn away the dead wood. And you may be noticing that you continually have this experience of people moving away from you, moving out of your life. Perhaps the isolation has really kind of expedited this for you. You will notice that behaviors, patterns, they want to move out of your life, ways of being. This may play out to you in like a kind of real shifting of identity. You may want to be going through old posts and deleting them, updating your wardrobe, getting new hairstyle. Like however this kind of plays out for you, you are upgrading your identity right now. And the suggestion and advice to you is to do it really, really, really consciously. Don't just continue being the old you that you've always been, or even going back to the old you that you were before 2013. Do not continue that. Take note of how far you've come, of what you've learned, of what you want to be different, not only in your own internal landscape, but also in the external world. The encouragement here is to start with the internal landscape. Get that awesome. Get that empowered, get it juicy, get it feeling awesome, get it with a beautiful balance of fire, earth, water, and air inside of you, and space, all elements working together harmoniously, symbiotically. Delicately, gracefully, compassionately moving through these transient shifting times where perhaps relationships are changing, new ones are coming in, jobs are changing, again, identities are changing, really being very compassionate and graceful and soft and gently moving through this time with like awesome power. So there's this real, again, this real beautiful kind of dichotomy of like, this is who I am and you will just fucking have to deal with it now. And like, this is who I am and I'm just gonna let it kind of wash over you because I recognize how powerful it is, but I don't need to push. I can just let the water kind of wash. So continuing to be a river, but allowing that fire to like burn all the dead wood and clear and burn all the dead leaves off the riverbank so the water can just flow again. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, they're flooding me with reverence for that. For me just sharing that, they're giving me a lot of gratitude. It's really beautiful. As I share these things with you, I too am making a choice and stepping deeper into how I want to contribute to the world, offering this kind of information, being a go-between for spirit and human. This is really what I love to do, and where I feel I can really contribute is helping people to connect with their spirit guides and follow their intuition above any external stimulus and desires as well. And yeah, they're really just giving me lots of love around that. It's really nice. Okay, I'm just going to see if anyone else want to say anything, or if they want to share any light language today or vibrations with you. There's a real encouragement to, and also I want to say like a future gift, a really big, beautiful image and feeling of hope
they're letting me know, and part of why they let me feel this beautiful feeling of reverence and gratitude and love that just like washed over me, is because this is what's really coming for us as our, I just want to say everyday reality is really feeling in such a deep way bliss, ecstasy, reverence for earth, beauty for other humans, beauty for our experience here on earth, as well as this really deep knowing of ourselves as universal beings who have made a choice to be here on this planet and to contribute in a really big collective light way, rather than just be super absorbed in our own experience and our own I want to say kind of personal processing, and instead, as we allow for that fire to just burn all that stuff away, and then get back into the place where we are essentially really being a river of energy inside of ourselves, the next step from that is that we're really going to be, I don't want to say flooded, I want to say encapsulated in this beautiful love and beauty and reverence that just feels so knowing and so safe. Any fear that I had and any concerns and issues I had around anything have just gone. It's just love, and I feel so much gratitude for everything, and for being in this vessel and being in this on this planet, this amazing planet at this time. It's just so beautiful here, and there's so much beauty to be seen and enjoyed and had. And okay. Oh, thank you, beautiful beings. I'm so happy to be of service. Please help me continue to be of service in the best way that I can. And I'm going to do my best to be present with you and to hear the messages and information and little taps on the shoulder that you give me when you want me to share something. And thank you, I want to be better. Okay. Okay. I have lots of, I want to say light language coming through me right now, but if you've ever seen any light language channeling before, you essentially know what it sounds like. And the encouragement, and my personal invitation as well, as this coming from the spirits, is for you to open your mouth and begin making your own sounds if you haven't already, and just continue that. Let them be however they want. I started my light language journey by getting out of my logical mind and getting into my subconscious mind by actually just doing some baby talking, seeing if I could express to someone in the room with me how I was feeling and what I was thinking through baby talk, and they could just feel the vibration and energy, and that really helped me to just open up to channeling. I've been practicing for many years, but it's something that can be done like that in an instant. You don't need training for this. You're already a really beautiful, clear channel and vessel. So yeah, they're actually just inviting us all to be making sounds quite often now. And again, a really good way to work with that fire and allow it to just like burn up and burn out any heart barriers as well, to come up out of the throat, is to just be like, oh, yes, allowing yourself to get really shamanic with it, working with sound, working with some altered states of consciousness as you allow that energy and to transmute through your sound. If you have any questions that you have the spirit that you want to ask directly, feel free to send me a message or leave in the comments for me. I'm happy to ask, particularly, even if it's a personal question, that's fine. But if it's also a question for the collective and, what the fuck is going on right now, that's cool too. Okay, that's it for today. Lots of love to you. Thank you for being you. I feel really honored that you are watching and that you are sending me love and energy, and I'm sending it right back to you. And also that that just cleared some stuff out. Also that we're just here together, experiencing this amazing journey together. Yeah, feel free to connect with me. Bless.
this to see how that works. Yeah, I'm really interested in feeling like things are kind of crazy. And so I'm going to put on my crown and I'm going to